Hey one and all, it's Nancy here and I am back with another process video. This is the Amy Tangerine stuff that I've been talking about, and as you can see I've got some full sheets here. Two of these are from the Sketchbook collection, and this dark wood grain piece is actually from the Cut and Paste collection. And I love this dark wood grain. I love any wood grain, to be honest, but I love this dark wood grain. So to make the most out of my papers, I have just gutted that back turquoise piece, and I'm going to be using that also as elements on my layout. Now, this layout is completely different from me, and I kind of like it. I had lots of photos sort of left over that I had kind of like doubles or sort of, you know, quite similar images already in the either divider pages of this album or already scrapped. So I decided to get brave and cut my photos into shapes, going a little bit retro. I say retro, I wasn't scrapping when the whole cutting things into shape was fashionable, but I decided that's what I'm going to do. So as you can see, I'm just taking my circular dies. These are just some Spellbinder ones. I also have some dynamic ones there to the side, and they are ones with a perforated edge, not perforated, like a stitched edge. So I didn't cut this out because I thought I'm probably going to be chatting away anyway, so why not leave it in? So yeah, as I said, I just used that die to kind of select bits of the photo that I want to show. And as I said, this is just going to be one of those kind of transitional pages, maybe in between some of those divider pages and things. So yeah, that was the idea. And I'm normally really averse to circles, but I really like how this came out, so I'm super happy. So these are just some dynamic dies, and they are a lot thinner than the Spellbinders ones, but you know, I learned to love them. And with these two die sets, I do have kind of like enough to kind of have a matte and a layer, which works really well because of course you get that kind of pierced edge with these. So I'm using the turquoise paper, so the one that I am mounting the whole layout on. And again, you know I do this whether it's square or whatever, I do like to mount my photos on the paper that I mount the whole layout on. I just think it gives a really nice consistency. Yeah, you might be like, yeah Nancy, we've seen this all before, but hey, I like doing it. What can I say? So I'm just going to be die cutting those out, and then kind of thinking, where am I going to go with this? Because I wasn't really sure, to be honest. I kind of had a vague idea that I wanted circular photos, and that was it. I really want to showcase these papers, that dark wood grain especially, because I love it so much. And I said, then when I was looking through, there was that other piece of paper from the Sketchbook collection, which I kind of like, I love so much. I've used it on another one and I just love it, so I knew I wanted to use that as one of the elements as well. So yeah, I'm kind of just having a think here what I'm doing. So I'm actually pulling off some of the dies, just off the magnetic sheet here, and placing them on the page and thinking, okay, if I cut pieces of paper to this size, then I can kind of make a bubbly, floaty kind of layout. That's where my brain was going at this point. So I'm going to be taking this paper. As I said, this is a piece of paper that I really like, and what I'm doing, I'm being a bit selective where I'm placing the dies on there to make sure I get, you know, some points of interest, because as I said, there's a kind of flowers and the big block patterns on here. So you're just going to see me just play about with where I'm going to place everything. And as I said, I'm really loving using my Big Shot at the moment. I think it's because I've been doing cards more. I've kind of got into having my Big Shot beside me and seeing it. So that's kind of encouraging me. I'm going through the Project Life cards here. These are the Amy Tangerine +1. So just again trying to get those out of my stash and used up. And I'm going to use some of the smaller ones for this. And this is a kind of a watercoloured yellow sort of plus design. And I really like it, but I've got so many blooming Project Life cards, I need to use them up. So you're just going to see me play about here with placing them on and running them through. And this is a really good way to kind of, you know, not only use your scraps up, but, you know, use some of these Project Life cards up as well, die cut them, and, you know, get some more out of them. As I said, this is, you know, coming towards the last of the videos you're going to see me of using my Amy Tangerine stuff. I haven't, you know, I've killed all the 12x12 paper pads that I had, apart from that precious piece of camera paper, which I don't think I'm going to use. So really happy about that. Haven't, of course, got for all the Project Life cards, and I still do have the Stitch 6x6 paper pad, and that's still kind of quite new and fresh, so I'm kind of quite happy that that's still in my stash. Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of happy that I have, you know, that in there. I've got a lot of stash, which is actually quite a good thing at the moment, because I'm sounding really cheerful, but I'm really kind of not. Unfortunately, I got the news today that my job is under risk of redundancy. They're having a huge reshuffle, and it's kind of heartbreaking, because this is the third time I've gone through this now. I've been lucky the other 3 times, so maybe 4th time will also be lucky and I'll keep my job. If not, who knows? What's meant to be will be. Of course, I worry about the kids, but yeah, that's kind of put me in a little bit of a somber mood, and I have completely lost my craft mojo. This is a layout I said I made 2 weeks ago, before some crazy life stuff took over and I went back to caravan and stuff. So I haven't actually crafted since doing these layouts. No, I tell a lie, I've done my Project Life. So really need to address that and get my butt in gear and start doing some crafting, because I think it'll make me feel better. So back to layout rather than my misery. I mentioned before that I had loads of these alphas left from that Prism collection from Basic Grey, and I'm just using that to put a title on here, and I'm just using my pokey tool to pick these off. And I'm going to be sort of shaping them around this circle design. I'm going to put my title, which is Las Vegas Snapshots, and I really like these smaller letter stickers because they actually work really well on this quite busy layout, and it kind of makes another, you know, this circle like another element, like the photos kind of. And I like how it looks, and I like that I'm actually getting to use these tiny little stickers up, because there is a lot on that sheet. And I want to thank people who watched my videos and said that they kind of cut theirs up to store them. I think maybe I'll do that when I've got a bit less on the sheet, but as I have so much on there at the moment, it's fine to just kind of store it in with my 12x12 papers. So now I'm going to kind of start laying things out and seeing how I like everything, and just having a play about. Looks like I'm doing some weird kind of juggling magic trick. And so this is going to be, you know, where the photos are going to go, and I want to make sure that title is quite central. And then I have these other bits that, of course, that I have cut out, and in the close-up detail, in real life, you can kind of see the pierce detail, which shows from those dies. And I'm going to admit, guys, I did play quite a little bit with shifting bits around here. Originally I wasn't going to have any going off the edge, then I decided to put some going off the edge, and it's really just going to be me moving them around for the next few minutes. As I said, this is totally not me, this layout, because there's no layers, there's not stuff overlapping and touching, and yeah, as I said, I like it for what it is. I wouldn't say it's, you know, my favourite layout I've ever made. It is very simple for me, but it showcases that, you know, that dark wood grain paper and that other floral scrapbook paper. Sketchbook paper. And that's what I really love. And I said these photos weren't really important photos, so it enabled me to play a little bit with those. I really enjoyed doing some sort of playing about with photos a bit more, you know, not being so precious with them. As you'll know, if you've watched my channel for a while, I done a scrap lift last year of my good friend Carrie Wells, who was also on the Halo Magpie design team with me, and she actually cut her photo out, and I really love that layout that I done with that. And then I also sort of made a little fairy me and cut that out on one of my layouts as well. So I kind of, you know, I haven't been averse to kind of playing around with my photos, but I think, you know, I think if they're photos that you're not precious about, because you've got others, they're duplicates, or they're in part of a story, I think go out, have a play, get your dies out, cut your photos up. I did think of kind of like cutting a larger photo up and trying to put it back together. Again, that's a thought I had while going a bit die crazy. So as you know, I'm also trying to use my stamps up. These are my Amy Tangerine stamps. So I'm just looking at what stamps I've got, and if I was going to maybe do some stamping in the background, or I was more going to do stamping to make some embellishments for this page. I do want to thank everyone who commented on my last video and asked me, or responded to me by saying, that they would like to see some more videos using stamping, which is good because I want to get more stamping on my layouts. So I'm super happy to kind of set myself that little goal as to using more of my stamps up. And as I said, I love this Amy Tangerine camera. I would use this on every layout if I could, because I just like it so much. So I've just stamped that out on an off cut of a +1 Project Life card, and again that is the same pink from that sketchbook collection paper there, pink, even though they're very, very, very different old collections. There's probably about 3 years between them, maybe, and they actually work really well together. So what I'm doing now is I'm just pulling out some enamel dots and thinking, do I want to add those to it, to add a different texture. So I'm going to put those on, and then I think I'm going to go, no, I don't think I want those. But I kind of thought, am I going to go over the top with this circular theme or not? I think, this is the good thing when you're having a play and you're not being so precious, and you're using those older papers. I think it gives you that permission to have a little bit of a play. Again, I'm getting some teeny ones out here and thinking, should I put those on? They don't look too good either. These are, of course, and I mention it in a lot of my videos, the wonderful homemade ones that Sharon made me. And yes, I'm just uber lucky. And I don't mean to brag every video, but every time I use them, I'm like, I'm so lucky. So I'm just going through some other bits of my stash, and I find some of these stars. They're an old one I got in a kit, and they are silver stars, and there's also these ones that came in a kit. So I think, okay, let's add some stars to this page. Kind of goes with the Vegas-y theme, because we all love a little bit of blingy Vegas. These metal ones are on a little foam adhesive bit, but I'm just using my wet glue to stick those down, and in doing that I'm going to overlap them over the edges of some of these circles as well, so it's going to break up that really static circular look. I do have these circular little pie chart wood veneers that I've been trying to get on layouts, and actually if I'd have thought about it before, I could have used them rather than some of these circular pieces of paper. So that's maybe an idea for the future. They came in a Scraptastic kit, those pie chart pieces, and I really, really want to get them used up. These are some Pink Fresh Studio little arrows. They don't end up going on here either, but they've been in my stash for a long time. Again, I think they came in a Scraptastic kit, but yeah, they don't make it. Again, I want to have a look at some other bits and pieces I've got here. So I think, okay, do I want to put some wood sequins on here? Is that what I want to do? Do I want to chuck more roundness on here? But no. Again, as I said, I kind of thought, how circular do I want to go with this? I'm really liking that flare at the top, so I want to add a flare on here. Again, that is circular, so that's going to work well with the theme we've got going. So, of course I'm not going to use that flare, but I'm just going to go through my flare tin. And I've got lots of lovely flare in here that was topped up by the lovely Mercy Tiara, Tracy Banks, who sent me a package of goodies near Christmas. And so there's lots and lots of different ones in here, and I've got some travel theme ones. So that's what I'm going to use on this page. So I'm just kind of having a shuffle through there and seeing if any more of those are going to match. And so, again, there's just going to be a case of sticking those down. And said I'm going to overlap them a little bit over the edge because it's going to help break up some of that look. I'm then going to be mounting that just on this background paper, and then that is the layout done. So I want to thank you very much, guys, for watching this video and, you know, taking time out of your day. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye!